Hey there, what's going on guys? My name is Brandon, and in today's video we're going to install this full-size 37-inch spare tire on the back of my 2020 Silverado. For the current lift that I have on my truck and the current offset with the spacers I'm using, I can no longer use the stock spare tire, so I really do need a full-size spare. That being said, I also cannot afford a steel bumper that has a spare tire carrier on it. Some of the other hitch mounted spare tire carriers are also several $1,000s, and I just can't seem to justify paying that price. But just recently, within the last year, Rhino came out with their own version of a spare tire that attaches to the hitch, swings out so you can still use the bed of the truck. It costs less than $1,000. This video is not going to be a step-by-step install. Real Truck has a great video on their website already on how to do that. This is more of a product review and what I think about it, and at the price point I'll let you know at the end of the video, is this really worth it or not. So let's go ahead and tear open this package and see what comes in the box. And this is what's inside. Here we go guys, we got it all installed. As you can see, I removed the license plate there, and we're good to go with that. The only downside now is, here's my reverse camera, my backup camera, and you can see it's being completely blocked. And you can see on the screen here, if I try and go in reverse, all I see is a big old tire right there. So we're gonna have to do something about that. You can see here that the Rhino luckily comes with a housing for a backup camera. Now I scoured the internet all over, I could not find an extension, a wire extension for the stock backup camera. So the workaround is to change the head unit in the truck, and then that will have an extension and a backup camera that we can feed here. In the meantime, I will be taking the head unit apart, wiring everything. I'm also going to install some subs and an amp in the back of the truck. There's a custom box that is made by Scar that fits right underneath the rear seat, and I'm going to have four 8-inch subs there, and we're going to go ahead and install that while we're doing all this wiring and everything. The other thing I did was I lowered the tire to the middle bracket. You can see it's mounted here. Before I had it mounted all the way at the top, and the top of the tire sat about here, but I was getting a lot of wobble. And now at this position, it seems much more stable. I also added a hitch stabilizer right here. It just tightens things down, a little less wobble on the hitch mount, and then lowering the center of gravity also helped. I thought for the 37-inch tire, I was going to have to mount it all the way at the top, but I guess it really just depends on the back spacing of your particular rim and tire. So for mine, I was able to fit it right there, and I still have clearance along the bottom and the top. And when I open and close the hitch, which I'll show you in a second, everything clears just fine. Let's go ahead and open the swing. I'll show you what it looks like all the way open and in different positions. Pull the pin, you push this button, it unlocks, and then you can rotate this out. You can go to 90 degrees. Some people like to use it in this manner. You can still access the truck bed. It's gonna hit the tire, but if you need to just grab something really quick, you can do it like that. Some people like to camp this way. They'll set up a little table right here on the back of this molly panel, which is kind of convenient, and you can have a little table. But for the most part, I think I'll open it all the way so I can get full access to the bed. As you can see, once it's open all the way, truck bed folds down no problem. I can access my drawers, access everything I need to in the truck bed. So all the way open with the 37-inch tire, it works perfectly. So yeah, it's looking good. Functions well, nice and smooth. It opens nice and smooth. No hitches or anything. To close it, you just flip the latch and put the pin back in, and you're ready to rock and roll. So opening and closing this thing is really easy. License plate bracket comes with a few extra plates that you can use to mount the camera in different positions. I ended up not using those. I just installed it right here and it pointed straight back. The way it was angled down before, all I saw was the driveway. So this is how I had to do it. So I had a decent view with my backup camera. All right guys, we're inside the truck now, and here's the new head unit. This is made by Linkswell, and that's how I was able to install an aftermarket backup camera. I'm not gonna actually link the backup camera that I'm using just because I'm not very satisfied with it. The field of view is a little too narrow for what I like. When I'm backing up into the tighter parking spaces, I want a little wider field of view. Let me show you what I'm working with here. So this is the backup camera that I have on the Linkswell. And it's working on the spare tire, and it gives me a view, but I just wish it was a little bit wider. So yeah, and then I also do get these nuisance alarms there from where the spare tire carrier is on the back right side. So I might remove those. You can see they're on the back right. I might remove those alarms just so they're not constantly going off. But it does work. This is what it looks like on the Linkswell in the Silverado. I got the backup camera installed on the spare tire carrier, and everything is working as intended. Other than the camera, there's only two small complaints I have about the tire swing. Let's go ahead and look at it. Now, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to notice this on video or not, but it slightly deviates down to the right. I think it's just the weight of the tire swing. It's a little bit heavy and it goes down to the right. Even when I added the hitch stabilizer under there and tightened it down, it still slightly goes to the right. It's not completely level. So as you can see, I have my backup camera wire going through the channel here. And right here, there's a big opening hole right next to my exhaust. So I feel like that hot exhaust and this hole right here might be not the best location to have electrical cord. So I kind of wish that this hole was on the bottom or in a different place, not next to where the exhaust comes out. Also, I've been driving around with it for about a week now, and I just realized that this whole key lock system with the button that should be sitting in there is now missing. So I'm not sure how that came out. So that's it. They're pretty minor complaints. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the setup and how it turned out. For the price, compared to a full bumper install or some of the other hitch receiver tire swings, it was a pretty good deal. I think it's a good quality build. I think it's solid and it's gonna hold up even with the big 37-inch tire on it. Do update videos. I will continue to make content on the Silverado and keep you guys updated. You'll see if I'm continuing to use that thing or if I decided to get rid of it altogether. But make sure you're subscribed so you can follow along, and I'll keep you updated. Ask questions in the comment. I always respond. Thanks for watching. I'll remind you guys, like usual, get outside, stay hydrated, and keep on moving.